Welcome to the recap video for Supreme Zerg Lord. If you enjoy the video, please subscribe. If you'd like to see another story covered, please let us know in the comments. 3 centuries past, the fabric of the heavens wove a wondrous tapestry across the earth. Secret kingdoms and enigmatic dungeons emerged, bringing with them formidable demons who heralded humanity's apocalypse. Amidst the ensuing chaos, the awakened arose those known as job changers, endowed with extraordinary powers. These brave souls vanquished the monstrous invaders, pulling the world back from the brink of annihilation. To defend against the relentless beasts, the job changers embarked on daring explorations of the hidden realms, seeking treasures and vital resources. Nations, recognizing the importance of these heroes, devoted themselves to nurturing and supporting them, striving to secure a future for all mankind. Job changers allowed everyone to awaken their potential upon turning 18. On the designated day, students gathered to awaken their classes by touching a mystical blue crystal. One by one, they approached the crystal, each hoping to unlock their unique abilities. Among them was Wang Wu, a third-year student from Class 2. Unfortunately, he failed to awaken a class and was deemed a student without a class. In contrast, Lai Wei, a student from Class 3, successfully awakened as a swordsman, his future bright with promise. Another student, Wang Hao from Class 3 of the second year, discovered his path as a crafter, embracing his newfound skills with determination and excitement. The awakenings were typically divided into 3 distinct categories based on the class one could obtain: combat, support, and creation. The combat category was the most coveted, as it promised power and practical prowess in battle. Conversely, the creation category was the least desired, as it encompassed those who could not fight and were often viewed as the weakest, facing scorn and disdain from their peers. As the ceremony progressed, several more students approached the crystal. Excitement and anticipation filled the air. Among them was a student with striking purple hair who, upon touching the crystal, beamed with joy. He had successfully awakened as a magic swordsman, a prestigious class within the combat category, ensuring his future was bright and full of potential. Another student, however, was overcome with sadness and tears as he realized he had awakened a class within the creation category. He began to wonder why he had received a class so ill-suited for combat. After the awakening ceremony concluded, the classes were further categorized into 4 ranks: common, secret, rare, and divine. The divine rank was the rarest of all, appearing only once every 100 years. It was now our protagonist Zhang Chen's turn to touch the crystal and awaken his class. With a mix of anticipation and trepidation, he placed his hand on the mystical blue crystal. As he did, it began to emit a powerful light, catching everyone's attention. Upon seeing this, the other students were astonished. A brown-haired boy pointed at Zhang Chen and exclaimed that he was the prodigy of the academy. Another student informed the crowd that this display was a clear sign of an awakening. As Zhang Chen touched the crystal, it began to emit a powerful light that rapidly ascended towards the sky. The students watched in awe, their curiosity piqued. They began to speculate about the rank of Zhang Chen's class, with many suspecting it could be a divine class, a rarity that hadn't been seen in Zhang City for hundreds of years. In a matter of seconds, the crystal's light intensified, capturing everyone's breathless anticipation. The crystal's light intensified, forming the image of a giant tree in the sky, visible from every corner of the city. It was said that each time a divine rank class awakens, a phenomenon occurs that can shake the heavens and the earth. Moments later, the awakening was complete. Zhang Chen, with one hand still on the crystal, casually slipped his other hand into his pants pocket and gazed up at the sky. The spectacle left everyone in awe, their whispers filling the air with speculation and astonishment. Director Wang appeared, making his way through the crowd to Zhang Chen. He congratulated him warmly, declaring him the pride of the school. Although he had expected Zhang Chen to awaken a powerful combat class, he had not anticipated a divine class. "Zhang Chen, which class did you awaken?" Director Wang asked eagerly. Zhang Chen turned slightly toward the director, a smile playing on his lips. "It's not a combat class," he replied. Director Wang's expression shifted to one of shock and confusion, unable to fathom that such a powerful awakening could be anything but a combat class. As Director Wang observed Zhang Chen, realizing that he hadn't awakened a combat class, he inquired if it was a support class instead. Zhang Chen turned towards Director Wang, extending his hands to reveal ethereal plants materializing in his palms. With a calm demeanor, he unveiled his awakening as the creation class of divine rank, known as Spiritual Master. This talent, he explained to the gathered crowd, is meant to aid in the growth of plantations and small creatures. His words hung in the air, the astonishment palpable among the onlookers. Upon hearing Zhang Chen's revelation, both Director Wang and the others were shocked, their expressions a mix of surprise and disbelief. Director Wang, struggling to process the news, began to explain that this development was unfavorable. He pointed out that the creation class lacked combat abilities, rendering even a divine rank seemingly useless in the eyes of many. The professor accompanying Director Wang intervened, urging Zhang Chen not to be disheartened. He emphasized that even without combat skills, Zhang Chen could still find value in safety. He reassured him that spiritual masters were highly sought after in the field of research. However, he regretfully informed Zhang Chen that the recommendation he had promised was no longer possible, given the nature of his awakened class. The professor advised Zhang Chen to consider entering the research field, as a professor could provide him with a letter of recommendation. However, before the professor could finish speaking, Zhang Chen interrupted him. Turning his head towards the professor, he offered a genuine smile of gratitude. With a casual demeanor, he slipped his hands into his jacket pockets. As he began to walk away from the professors, Zhang Chen explained that he had something else to attend to. Meanwhile, one of the students nearby started to laugh, amused by the unexpected turn of events. The student chuckled, remarking to his classmate that it was all a farce. He had assumed Zhang Chen had obtained some sort of divine combat class, only to discover it was merely the creation class. Placing a hand near his face, the other student sighed and mused on life's unpredictability. He noted how everyone had expected Zhang Chen, the prodigy of the academy, to awaken a combat class, but now, regardless of his academic achievements, he would be deemed useless. Zhang Chen, unfazed by the mockery surrounding him, kept his hands in his pants pockets and continued towards the exit. The nearby students continued to mock him, their taunts echoing in the air. As the students continued their mockery, one remarked on the irony of watching Zhang Chen, once hailed as the embodiment of hard work, facing such a twist of fate. Another student chimed in, expressing sympathy for Zhang Chen's hard work, only to end up with a creation class. A third student diverted the conversation, mentioning how Lin, the school's beauty who always ranked second, had awakened a secret combat class. Amidst the jokes and jibes, Zhang Chen simply smiled, his thoughts racing. He hadn't anticipated such cruelty from his peers, especially after his years of dedication. Reflecting on the drastic shift his awakening had brought, Zhang Chen couldn't help but acknowledge the harsh reality. In this world, strength was paramount. With a resigned sigh, he accepted that his path would be a challenging one. Curiosity gnawed at Zhang Chen as he pondered the nature of the creation class. With a determined gesture, he reached out his hand, summoning a system window above his palm. As the interface materialized, a notification confirmed Zhang Chen's successful completion of his class awakening. He had unlocked the divine rank class of Spiritual Master, fulfilling the conditions for opening the natural Calamity insect system, with the initial mother of insects now unlocked. Turning his head to the side, Zhang Chen couldn't suppress the smile that crept onto his face. Gazing at the system window, he felt a sense of belonging wash over him. This class, he realized, was a perfect fit for him, aligning with his skills and aspirations in unexpected ways. The protagonist of our tale was Zhang Chen. After meeting his demise, he found himself reborn in a world transformed by the end of the Dark Era. In the wake of this cataclysm, the world had become a realm teeming with monsters and dungeons, where strength commanded respect. Born anew as an orphan in this unforgiving reality, Zhang Chen faced the daunting challenge of survival with nothing to his name. Despite the odds stacked against him, he poured his heart and soul into every endeavor, determined to thrive in this harsh new world. As he approached his 18th year, he anticipated relying solely on his own skills to carve out a living. However, fate had other plans. One ordinary day, a month prior, Zhang Chen was greeted by an unexpected sight. A system window materialized before him. It heralded the merging of the insect Calamity system with his own class awakening, promising the activation of a powerful system upon successful transfer. Placing his hand on his chin, Zhang Chen contemplated the significance of the system window before him. His thoughts drifted to the race that had wreaked havoc upon humanity during the Dark Era, a formidable force whose power lingered in the annals of history. Rumors of the past calamity haunted him, particularly the sacrifice of 9 out of the 12 human kings to seal its devastation. A surge of determination coursed through Zhang Chen as he clenched his fists tightly. In this unforgiving world, he understood that strength reigned supreme. The echoes of past struggles reinforced his resolve to grow stronger, to navigate the challenges ahead with resilience and unwavering determination. With unwavering resolve, Zhang Chen focused intently on the system window before him. As his concentration deepened, a surge of potent energy emanated from his body, imbuing him with a sense of purpose and determination. In his mind's eye, he envisioned harnessing the strength of the insect race for his own benefit, confident that this newfound power would render the insects powerless against him. Without hesitation, Zhang Chen activated the system, initiating its processes. In an instant, he found himself transported inside the system, surrounded by an unfamiliar environment. Confusion clouded his thoughts momentarily as he surveyed his surroundings. With a hand shielding his eyes, he peered ahead, realizing with a start that he was gazing upon his own sea of consciousness, a realm of introspection and inner exploration. As Zhang Chen's gaze fell upon the magnificent spiritual tree, a sense of awe washed over him. He hadn't anticipated encountering such a sight, prompting him to ponder if this was his inherent talent manifesting before him. His musings were interrupted as additional system windows materialized, revealing several class talents at his disposal. These talents, he realized, were the embodiments of all things, each requiring sacrifice for their activation. They could be utilized once every 10 days, with a limitation of 1 use per target. The first talent, aptly named Fruits of All Things, allowed Zhang Chen to advance the growth progress of fruits through sacrifice. Moreover, it held the potential for a special fruit to randomly emerge as a result. The second talent, known as Improved Growth, offered the ability to accelerate the growth rate of living beings. With a contemplative gesture, Zhang Chen placed his hand on his chin, his gaze fixed on the system window before him. He marveled at the capabilities offered by the system, particularly the proactive analysis of his talents. Despite their apparent lack of combat prowess, he recognized the versatility they provided. The Improved Growth talent, in particular, caught his attention. It offered the remarkable ability to enhance the growth rate of all living beings by 10%, a valuable asset in a world where strength was paramount. Zhang Chen pondered the implications of this ability, envisioning the myriad ways it could be applied to his system. Despite their non-combative nature, he realized that each talent held immense potential when strategically employed. With a sense of satisfaction, Zhang Chen acknowledged that this system was indeed a valuable asset on his journey to attain strength and mastery. Lost in thought, Zhang Chen was momentarily distracted when a system window appeared, offering him the opportunity to summon the mother insect. Without hesitation, he eagerly requested the system to proceed with the summoning. Suddenly, an ominous energy began to seep from the ground, enveloping the surroundings. Zhang Chen watched in anticipation as the system notification confirmed the commencement of the summoning process. As he observed the unfolding spectacle, he couldn't shake the feeling of the mother insect's formidable presence, which seemed to permeate the very air around him. After a few tense moments, another system window materialized, confirming the successful completion of the summoning ritual. The towering figure of the mother insect, known as 9 Wings of Miasma, emerged before Zhang Chen, casting an imposing presence. Zhang Chen instinctively took several steps back, his awe palpable as he beheld the colossal creature before him. The status window of the mother insect appeared, revealing her name as 9 Miasma Wing. In the face of her immense stature and power, Zhang Chen couldn't help but feel a mixture of reverence and trepidation. Emerging from the abyss, the mother insect, dubbed the Sovereign of Death, commanded attention with her ominous aura. Once a calamity that unleashed devastation akin to a natural disaster, she had faded into obscurity during the Third Era. Despite her formidable reputation, her current devouring value stood at 0%. Zhang Chen, with a remarkable 100% affinity with the insect mother, understood the importance of proceeding with the devouring process to unlock her abilities and breed the next generation of insects. As the insect mother approached him, Zhang Chen was struck by her enormous size, prompting wonder at her sheer magnitude. In a moment of awe, the insect mother fixed her gaze upon Zhang Chen and addressed him as Master. Introducing herself with a sense of deference, she awaited Zhang Chen's guidance, acknowledging him as the one destined to lead her and her offspring. Addressing Zhang Chen as Little Nine, the insect mother expressed her voracious hunger for devouring fierce beasts. Meanwhile, another system window notified Zhang Chen of the insect mother's increased growth rate by 10%, indicating his ability to enhance her further using sacrificial objects. With a slight raise of his head, Zhang Chen contemplated the newfound potential unlocked by his talent. Realizing he could now upgrade the insect mother without sacrificing any objects initially, he wasted no time. Without hesitation, he instructed the system to proceed with the upgrade. In response, the body of the insect mother became engulfed in a dazzling green light, signaling the commencement of her enhancement. Zhang Chen watched with anticipation, knowing that each step brought them closer to unlocking her full potential. And even as Jang was watching this, he idea that she needed to consume on the way to level up, so she wasn't going to be smooth to please. The frame of the insect mother began emitting a powerful air of mystery, and Zhang quickly assumed an offensive stance. Little by little, the insect mom started out to evolve and take on the shape of a human lady. Several seconds later, the insect mom correctly developed. Her body started out to emit an effective air of secrecy. She had white hair and wore armor with a murderous look. She commenced gazing Zhang slowly. She began to improve towards Jang, and a gadget window regarded above her head. The queen of the new plague had undergone an important transition and leveled up. In conjunction with leveling up, she gained new competencies. The primary capacity became called Nurture. With this capacity, she may want to proportion the revel in 10 instances with the host. The second capability turned into referred to as Poisonous Mist. With this capability, she should rework into Lethal Miasma, corroding the whole thing. The 13th and final capability turned into referred to as Communion. This capability allowed her to decorate all of the host's skills by means of 20%. Upon seeing the form of the insect mom, Jang became amazed. The mom insect won momentum and pounced on Zhang to present him a hug. She defined to him that Little Nine had developed. Jang became somewhat pressured as he failed to recognize what became happening. He grew to become his head barely closer to her and couldn't assist but blush. On account that the insect mom had developed into a human shape, she stopped hugging Zhang, and he began stroking her head. She closed her eyes, clenched each fists, and cited Jian as a master with a grin. She defined that Little Nine wanted to consume flesh and blood. While Zhang changed into stroking her head, a status window appeared above her head. Her call changed into 9 Miasma Wing, and she or he had 4 talents: Poison Mist, feed, fury, and united. Currently, her devouring price changed into 0. As soon as the devouring fee bar changed into crammed up, she may want to start spawning offspring. She had passive competencies known as experience return and characteristic enhancement. At the same time as Jay became stroking Little Mind's head, he commenced searching at her stat window an idea that the non-secular grasp expertise ought to boost up the devouring increase of the insect mom as well as her skilled growth, which in flip would speed up his personal development. Furthermore, the insect mother changed into capable of growing all his attributes via 20%. Jang's class on this device had been a great mixture. With this, he did not need a fight elegance. He extended his arms to the edges, and a gaggle of bugs commenced popping out of the palm of his arms. He turned his head toward the insects and changed into surprised. As long as he killed and gobbled quickly, he may want to soon have an army of bugs. Jang grew to become his head closer to the wonderful spiritual tree and notion about what the system message had simply mentioned. Insect's abyss, a catastrophe as large as a natural calamity. Combined with this incomplete records, it turned into clean that this became no longer something that might without problems be proven to others. Being observed could lead him to his death. He put his palms in his wallet, and at the same time as he became searching at the non-secular tree, for now, he decided to use his magnificence identification as creation, and the toxic miasma skills of the insect mother is covered to eat monsters and boom his energy. Hiding was now not Jung's style. He desired to become strong sufficient to expose off his competencies to the world. While he became lost in idea, the sea of attention water commenced to transport. Seeing this, the insect mother Speedy jumped up and began flying. As they both checked out the water, Jang explained to her that this could most effective suggest one issue. At that moment, with a murderous appearance, the insect mother turned her head returned and stuck Jang's attention. Even as she changed into looking returned, she began to smile and defined to Jang that she felt there has been a threat. At that moment, Jang exited the machine area, and upon seeing what was in the front of him, he turned into stunned. In front of him, there has been a person a great deal taller than him. This man had black hair, a beard, and had a scar on his eye. The person approached Jang and began staring into his eyes. Remaining silent for several seconds, the person requested Jang if the awakening phenomenon that the entire town had visible before had been activated by him. While Jang became watching the man, he clenched his tooth tightly and found out that he was at the least a master rank or better. He became alert and began wondering why he changed into being well-liked. That's the end of the recap video for Supreme Zerg Lord. If you enjoy the video, please subscribe. If you'd like to see another story covered, please let us know in the comments.